accompanied by several close friends going to square up against the perfect large number. And honestly, talk about redemption. Not only are the Devil Choji back, they're ready to beat some sense into some perfect origin and bring that certified pain. The concept is so dumb in the best possible way. Do you care about how they were brought back? No, absolutely not. You're just glad they're there. You know they're working for a menacing force that looks all too familiar. And if they are, he's got to show up. He's there. We see his back. Everyone can. I'm so happy with where we're going. And so as the large numbers go to face off against the idle Choji that are still in their medbay, they go around the world where they're intercepted by the Devil Choji and the Anmon Fight Kong. So it's the Case King versus Turbo Man, Mr. Common versus Crush Man, Black Hole versus Dalmatian, which needs to go exactly one way, Atlantis versus Marlin Man because of course, and the Mountain versus probably the worst person imaginable for him to fight, Strong the Buddha. Gee, I wonder who's gonna win. A giant foreboding presence that seems to have way deeper influence than we realize, or a rock in a gi? Decisions. That being said, the first match of Case King versus Turbo Man shows that these aren't your dad's Devil Choji. No, they've gotten an upgrade. Case King is using recordings of characters like Pokemon Zebra, Man, and showing he didn't sit around doing nothing after he lost Pokemon. They actually all feel really fleshed out now with actual motivations and a genuine camaraderie. Like Buffalo Man defected back to the Devil Choji. Not because he got possessed or went evil or anything, they're just genuinely his crew, his boys. They have this little devil salute, they cheer for each other, and that's kind of the big difference compared to the Perfect Choji. They're people outside of their desire to fight. The Perfect Choji treat every match as their own trial. They don't have seconds. They're not fighting as a team. They're fighting to wipe everyone out. Kinnikuman 2011 does an amazing job of building the world and the story out from where it ended 20 years ago. These devils don't work for Satan anymore. They work for Akuma Shogun, for Goldman, which, oh man, we're going to get into it, way more into it, but phenomenal. Anyway, the Case King loses. Yeah, it turns out Turbo Man just absorbs energy and sends him right back. So he takes all this beating just to then overloads the Case King and take him down pretty swiftly, which, he came to save the day and then immediately was not great. That being said, at least it was the Case King and not like Buffalo Man eating it round one. Next up is Mr. Common Man versus Crush Man. Okay, here we go. He's gonna run it back, and he lost. Yeah, it turns out Crush Man is mostly metal, so Mr. Common's straw just sucks a bunch of metal in his mouth, and then Crush Man, crushes him. Devils are looking less dependable and more disposable at this point. But that's alright, that's okay, we can recover. Next up is Black Hole versus Dalmatian, or whatever his name is, I don't care. Look at him, he's an affront to God. It's a battle of the whole. It's basically what if Polka Dot Man was a furry versus a living black hole. It's an odd fight, all things considered. Though I didn't talk about this before, and I want to talk about it here, since why not? It's a black hole versus Dalmatian. What could possibly happen? So remember how the original series kids would write to jump with character ideas? Well, they show off who wrote in the newest characters, and those adorable little scamps that are sending in wrestlers are comfortably in their 30s and 40s back in 2011. I don't know, I just imagine some salaryman doodling a wrestler on his break all excited like he's 12 again, just to send in his wrestler idea to Kinnikuman and hopefully achieve a childhood dream. I don't know, that's not even me making fun of him. There's something genuinely wholesome about seeing such dedicated fans. Anyway, I will say Dalmatian does have a cool, manipulation of white and black and moving his spots, but also he's a dog man. I don't know. Tire guy, crushing hand things, and evil, pipe battery, dog man. He just stands out like a sore thumb. Marlin Man makes more sense than he's Marlin Man. Thankfully, Black Hole shows the Devils aren't complete losers and handily body takes out Dalmatian after luring him through a dog bone-shaped escape hole in his ultimate technique, which, I don't know, gotta give credit to Yuta Yamago for managing to give a character with no face so much personality. I appreciate the Devil Coaches way more now, I will admit, than I ever did before. They needed these redemption fights, even if they lost, like the case with Mr. Common. So, this is the first win, and with it, Black Hole takes out Del Manitans before he can take out his own existence. They're still Devil Coaches. Still not good, guys, even if you're fighting on the same team. And I know this is going to sound odd, but this is absolutely my favorite fight of this card, and kind of in my top 5 of the entire arc. I genuinely love the Marlin Man versus Atlantis fight. Like, it shouldn't work as well as it does. On the surface, it's just Fishman versus Fishman. But I don't know. Atlantis just kind of slapped. I appreciate that they're fighting on the same river in England after, Atlantis beat Robin Man, the greatest Choji, and the crowd is understandably against him until he manages to keep fighting and eventually turns the audience. He fights with such tenacity with Marlin Man, and how does he beat this other Fishman? He gets him into a tower grip. Robin Man and with his last remaining run, takes the boat down. Like, okay, the last 2 fights have been pretty phenomenal, all things considered. I mean, Elite benches most of the fights in the original series. That's not a badge on the original series at all. They deserve so much better.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal.
Not resting on their laurels.
The bell rings and we start the third.
Ended and doesn't wrestling. Like, even if we say it has problems, then it has problems. Mostly boiled down to Kevin Maston being the main character. It's still a showcase of using the muscle, owning their craft, and how they want to show wrestling in a age. Anyway, Nikomon fights a baby. A baby.
Nothing else he can do there but take a knee to stop the beating.
Yeah. As much as I love Marlin Man versus Atlantis, I hate this. I hate this equally. It's a scam. We'll get into that. Just a scam. It's just, there's a lot of fights that I can at least justify, and I know this is supposed to be a sign of something bigger, but I don't care. I hate all of it. Peekaboo is a baby Chojin that can copy any move it sees and adapt immediately. He was kept intentionally underdeveloped so that he could have explosive growth, and the idea is fine, but he's the living embodiment of Peekaboo, and Suguru is screwed. It starts with Nikomon bullying a baby. Bring your character back after 20 years, and the first fight he has, he's making a grown man baby cry. And this is after he stood up for Perryman. Same Perryman from a very dark and powerful position. I'm not saying he can't have joke fun. I'm not saying he can't at all. It's just Peekaboo shows up throughout the rest of the series, and he just feels weak. Anyway, since Peekaboo is always adapting moves, Pokemon has to bust out Goldie, but Goldie, the Boomerang Kaze, beat Jesse Malvia after he trained with Naminami. Pokemon speaks to Peekaboo and implores him to save Neptune Man and not take his own life. That he can get stronger and he wants to have a rematch with him someday. Peekaboo decides to live and declares this commission from Budo just kind of snaps and starts turning the mountain into the ground. But John loves the mountain for wanting to be more memorable than a baby. He keeps charging strong the Budo, and even as his face is blown away by karate chops, he's reduced to rubble. Captain Strong with the last of his strength that takes him down with the suspended stadium into the canyon below. But not before Strong tells Buffalo Man he knows Aquaman chosen well. And as they all move after the fight, Strong the Pluto MIA, 5 more of the perfect Chosen fly in alongside Crush Man and Turbo Man to shake things up, including another member of the Kaniku clan? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, realistically, this is where the first season of the anime is going to conclude, especially with the pacing they've done in the first 2 episodes. So if you don't want any more spoilers than this, if you just want to know what the first series is, it's going to be this. The second season will probably go into part 2, third, 4, and then ultimately wrapping like 50 episodes like that. It's like 200 chapters at heart. It's healthy. But look at where we started. Brilliant start here. Anyway, the rest will be...
Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head
Hi,
together.
I'm Gemini. We can have a conversation. Yeah, I can help with things like brainstorming, explaining something you don't quite understand, or even just chat about whatever's on your mind. Flip the world inside out. It's behind fights.
Well,
Sweet
we need to
dreams
see
for
that
life.
again. Some
Well,
amazing
at least it's
boxing like this.
That's the hit we need.
Productions. Only on Disney Plus.
Being your ass. Booty shoot.
All right, so these new big bads have appeared. They need to show off. They've been afloat for too long.
That's what
The other
sounds really
King
good.
Class fighter goes by the name Nemesis. He's joined by Polar